Guys. Good morning, my lovers, my darlings, my fans, followers, supporters, likers, or goodwillers. If there's anything like goodwillers, at least when you see my face or remember the name Adabugo, you don't know what to say. At least we wish her well. Well, she's just there. Nothing much. Let's just watch her. Whatever. You're highly welcome. Okay. Today, my people, I want us to tell us that let us always have this mind of that no matter how a situation is around us, we are actually better off with less enemies. Honestly, there's one post I made about how I came about this quote. You're better off with less enemies. It's actually an advice someone gave me. I was going through some not yeah, somebody did something to me that year. Many years ago, more than 10 years ago, somebody did something to me. I didn't like it. It's very hurtful, very disappointing, unfair, or unjust. And I went to someone that is a good friend, a senior friend indeed, and someone that is positioned in a place in government I believe can even help me win whatever argument to whatever extent we want to take that case. But despite the fact that the person is in a position to deal, minus just throwing out his authority and power out there, you know, even if you're in position, you don't want to maybe abuse it or use it anyhow. But my case wouldn't even be a case of abuse because it was a very, very unfair and unjust thing meted on me. At least intervene, at least call the other party to order, at least bring it to attention so that Adabugo will be compensated. Although later on, other things were done to at least calm me down a bit. But instead of towing that line of, okay, now it has gotten to this now, let us, like a legal battle or something like that, he told me that we are better off with less enemies. The thing touched my body. I calmed down that day, despite what the other person has done to me. Now, the reason we're better off with less enemies is because on a normal, we human beings are meant to cohabit and love one another. It's just that circumstances push people around, different life experiences push people around, different kinds of spirits in people, demonic, contrary spirits push people around to do what they're not supposed to do. So it becomes unbearable, difficult, and challenging for someone with a good spirit, someone that longs for that peace, union, unity, love of mankind. It becomes challenging because more are not interested. Majority surrounding you are going to be like these obstacles of oppositions, contrary spirits, demonic manipulations, all sorts of behaviors that don't align with let's be together, let's love, let's have a unified relationship or community of human race. But then we're not to give up, because if you give up, you end up becoming like the same people you're talking about. And at the end of the day, the whole aim is defeated. It's very, very challenging. But truth is, we're better off with less enemies. And honestly, let's not make more enemies because on your own, you don't even need to invite. Enemies are already everywhere. So you try as much as possible, as much as you can to avoid it. Hmm? To avoid it. Except at the point of death, and you know that you're not created to be a martyr, to die for another person. Accept that. Accept that. Like Jesus died for us. Accept that. Otherwise, we are better off with less enemies. Even if somebody came to kill you, you still find a way to maneuver yourself out of it. But don't go and die unnecessary death. If you're not called to be a man, I don't even like or believe in martyrdom. Of course, I'm not called to be one. I don't know about you, but I don't think we should. Okay? We are better off with less enemies. So before you now reach that point of final enmity, make sure that you've done everything possible before. In fact, there's nothing like final enmity, but there can be very strict, strongest, far away boundaries. Put people far off and mind your business so that you maintain your peace and sanity. should they on their own ever make a move, make effort to cover that gap and come to you for the sake of peace, fine. Fine, but also treat them with love throng because you don't know what they have in mind. If they can stay away from you all this while without wondering, without bothering to unify, cover that gap. When they suddenly come, really grace God, give the question for genuine reason because they may be coming for other reasons. And one of those reasons may be to even give you another round of attack. And if you're not careful, they may kill you in this second chance you're giving them. So, despite what we are faced with, we are indeed better off with less enemies. You don't need you on your own. You have enemies that you didn't invite. You can't remember ever even having an interaction with them just because of the spirit that moves and lives in them. They just see you, they make you themselves enemies unto you. Those ones are plenty. You've not finished handling them. You've not finished managing those ones. So in your daily relationship, therefore, be careful not to incur additional enemies. Of course, love should lead. Let's try our best. It is not easy. It is not easy. It's easier said than done. Even me that I'm telling you it's not easy, but I know the effort I put in. And by the special grace of God, when you put in the same effort, we will make it. We will scale through and live our lives indeed with less enemies. Okay, darling. Remember, I bring all you these messages out of love and out of the abundance of my heart. Take care, guys. As I believe these messages will continue to help, inspire, motivate, and encourage us.